Today we are going to talk about Squid Game, mainly whether or not it is overrated. And there's some of us that feel that way, some of us that maybe not.
I think it became overrated. I think that it kind of rode the wave of like a ton of hype to the point where if you're just getting into it, it was probably at a point where it was a little bit overrated from, what it was.
I think yes. Yes.
Understanding the marketing behind it, I actually don't think it's overrated at all. I think it makes sense why it's such a big show.
Okay. I think we also have like a lot of different perspectives on this. One of my main reasons of it being slightly overrated is because of all the hype, and also because I really don't like the ending.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of elements, like in terms of cinematography and how it looks, it's amazing. It's great. But in terms of storytelling, I just feel like there's a lot of plot holes that I'll get into. Not plot holes, but just like conveniences that I'll get into that I really didn't like.
Yeah.
We might disagree on that because I think the ending makes the most sense.
Okay, how about we talk about it right now?
We're going to talk about it. Okay.
Okay, so what I hated about the ending was, I can't remember names, but the girl, when there were just three of them that passed,
okay,
and she got sliced by the glass. Right?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was just cheap.
That was
stupid.
That was a convenience.
And it just made the story overall like worse, in my opinion. Because she just died like nothing, and she's one of the final people too.
And the reason they did that is because they just wanted it to come down to the two.
Exactly.
Like that's very easy to pick out and tell that that was a convenience.
Yeah. I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. I think I was thinking more about like the fact that instead of going on the plane to see his daughter, he went back to face the Squid Game people.
That's something where I kind of have a problem with.
That's just because I know they're going to continue the series, but it just feels so unfinished, unsatisfying, that ending to me, and I'm sure a lot of people, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, I like the Train to Busan guy. He's my favorite part of that movie. That show.
Yeah, so from like the
Train to
first and
Busan
last
guy.
episode.
Yes.
No, yeah. We
slap
love
scene.
him. We stand that guy in this house.
I think that with that ending of him deciding not to go see his daughter, I think it makes sense with his character. I think his character is one where he is very irresponsible.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to properly prioritize things in his life, and that's kind of the reason why he ends up in the position that he ended up in at the beginning of the show. And so his character is obviously one where he will much rather make a knee-jerk decision to do something that he personally wants as opposed to take responsibility of his family.
Yeah, quite frankly, I didn't believe that he was willing to just give all that shit up
Yeah.
to rescue his friend who betrayed him, who just like.
Oh, you mean like
at the very end?
At the very end,
he's
when
like,
he
"Oh
was
yeah, we can just forfeit together."
I think I believed it because I think it's just like the reason that his friend had to kill himself is because he knew that this idiot is going to make it so that all of this that we've gone through is going to be for nothing, because he doesn't understand priorities. He doesn't realize that the money that this is for is going to help so much more than what has already happened, especially if we just give up right now. And so he needed to.
Did they not see all that? They did not realize that all those people kept dying and dying, and their friends kept dying and dying, and then just this one guy, really? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means no personal growth on his end, that he didn't change. That's unsatisfying to me. As someone who I don't indulge in television very often, because it's like I'm definitely more of a movies person, because I'm spending a lot of time, if I'm watching a series episode after episode, and if there's not a payoff that I like at the end, it just feels like a waste of time to me. And there's enjoyable parts about this show for sure. It's very well produced, there's great visuals, but overall, like, the story to me is not where it doesn't deserve upwards of 90 on Rotten Tomatoes, in my opinion.
Okay, so this is where I come in with the whole marketing aspect of it. So first of all, I want to say there's a difference between a good show and a good story, right? We often make, because we like stories, we often think if something is popular, it should be popular because of its story. But
so you're saying it's a good show?
It's a good show.
I'll give you that.
It's a good show, because we have to understand when it comes to the show aspect of it, we have to think about what type of people watch TV, right? So there's like, I like to say there's 4 groups of people who are mainly watching TV. And to be fair, I'm being biased because we're a Western audience, even though it's popular around the world. But for the most part, our Western market affects everything, right?
Yeah.
So the 4 types of people that like to watch TV shows is like, number 1, we got like, I like to call it the anime people, the weeboos, all those kind of stuff people. That's our market right there.
They have their own market.
They have they're the
Love
main,
it.
like if we're going to talk about TV shows,
He's describing us.
basically, well, I'm going to say we kind of fit all of them, but we'll get to the point.
We're well-rounded.
We're rounded, but the point is, it's like that's like a heavy TV market there. They're going to always watch TV. Second part is like your serial drama people. You know, you like your Breaking Bad, you like your, you know, the U's, you know, all these kind of things where it's like I want to watch, or sitcoms, those type of people where it's like they come in, they want to watch those kinds of shows, all those kinds of things, whatever, right? Then we have this other market, which is like reality TV. That one's a big one. You know, people, like I know a lot of people who just, I want to watch this next reality TV show, all that stuff. We ate it.
Yo, Bachelor Paradise is so funny. Like, give it a chance.
Exactly. And then finally, sports people. You know, people like competitions and all that. Squid Game appeals to all 4 of them in a way. Anime, it's foreign, right? It's kind of like different languages.
Foreign.
It's
in Korean.
You
have to read subtitles.
Yes, exactly. Right there.
I see that one's the forefront of like its popularity to me. I feel like is like the interest in other cultures for sure. Like in the Western culture.
It is. So we got that, you know, then obviously serial drama. I mean, it is, you know, we're seeing these characters go through hardships, whatnot, conflict, and it's done in a way where it's not too much on reality TV. On the flip side of the reality TV aspect of it, you know, it's a game show, right? So it's like you got the winner loser, which kind of goes back to the sports aspect where it's a competition. So it's very easy, number 1, for people to get into. Not to mention the themes are universal. So it's dealing with like classism, struggles, whatnot, which people outside the freaking US or, you know, like I know Mexico, they love. You said that died.
It's okay. She's the girl that survives.
The girl is that
then
point.
Dies.
Then dies. Yeah, her. Like the point is like it appeals to all those markets. So when you think of it like that as a show, it makes sense. Like it's really entertaining as a show. It appeals to all the genres. Like even though we don't think it's the best story, we can still watch it. Just like someone who's not into story like us, they can still watch it. So it's like a universal market. So when I think of it like that, I agree. Like it makes sense for its popularity. I can give it its popularity.
Does popularity tie into its critical score on you know, because like when you're on like Rotten Tomatoes, you think that those critiques are based on the storytelling and the production.
In this case, I think it does in this
case.
It
does in this case because I think that despite like it's not a bad story. Like it has problems, but it's not like I said,
I think it's a solid story.
It's decent. I know, obviously, I've seen better things, but it's decent.
Right.
For sure.
I think it's a very solid story. I didn't have a problem with the story, personally. I think
the overarching story is fine.
Yeah.
I just think parts of it were.
Yeah, there's problematics.
Yeah.
I think that overall, especially when you're talking about Rotten Tomatoes, it's just like 94% of critics positively viewed this thing. So it's like it appeals to the whole popularity.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It appeals to a large group of people. Because it touches on all of these different aspects.
So what you're saying is the score is inflated because of the popularity.
Well, not just that, but it's like
That's
the point.
How all
the
Rotten
point,
Tomatoes is.
But the point is, it satisfies. I'll say it's a satisfying show. It may not be like again the best show or something that's groundbreaking for us for sure, but it satisfies it satisfies all those needs.
The fact that so many people can get into it just kind of points to like this thing that I don't like about it. It's just like kind of generic to me.
Yeah.
The story, the style, there's no definitive style that the director has. To me, I watch the show and it looks like a Netflix show. Like I can't explain it. It's just generally aesthetically pleasing, and there's nothing like groundbreaking about it to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is why it's like it's not gonna leave a lasting impression on me. I mean, I guess the hype that it's getting is more so than the actual show. And it's like I've seen stories like, you know, we've all seen like Hunger Games, like Battle Royale, and it's like those kind of like Battle Royale type thing. Like those things, it's like I've seen it done better.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like I do have a little bit of an expectation when it comes to a story like this of like a no holds barred, like everyone in it for themselves kind of story. So to me, like it just let me down. Like that's just me, and that's why I think it's overhyped.
My final negative would be like I felt like the story with the undercover cop kind of went nowhere.
Yeah.
Like him discovering it's his brother, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what consequence did that
Yeah.
have on the end story?
I mean,
I'm
it-
hoping, I'm sure,
it's-
hopefully in the season 2 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
set up for season 2. But unfortunately, yeah, I think that they should have done better to resolve that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I will say I like the show.
Yeah,
no,
it's-
I
it's a great
enjoyed
show.
watching
It's-
it
yeah.
for sure.
It's a great
I
show.
love that tug of war.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like an anime where he's like, and then they're explaining the thing, but make sure that you hold it on.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Exactly.
We can do this.
We can
the
do
old
this.
guy says
But
it.
they're going to do this moment, and then
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Do we like the main character enough to like stick around for season 2? Because like a lot of the best characters, like the most loved and the most hated characters, are gone.
I think
That's true.
Okay, that was actually going to bring up to my criticism with the show. I just can't see it going more than after like 3 seasons at best. I feel like this show, honestly, I feel like the show should have just been a one-off. I don't think it should have been.
I
Like
think
now.
it would have been a better story.
would've
Then
been a-
maybe
yeah,
I would have
well,
been like,
yeah.
it deserves this hype. I love limited
Yeah,
series.
yeah, I think it would
Yeah.
have been better. Like similar to God, I forget the chess show.
Queen's Gambit.
Use Gambit example.
Queen's
If it was a one-off like that, I think it
Yeah.
would have been better. I felt like
Yeah.
a lot of things is like, okay, how's this gonna work for season 2? Like, I mean, how are we gonna be interested in these new characters or whatever, or are they just gonna play off him trying to solve it?
We'll see.
It's
We'll
just-
see.
It is what it is.
We'll see. So that's pretty much it for our like opinions. Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think, whether or not you thought Squid Game was overrated or not. I mean, I feel like it's still a good show in the end, so we at least have a new experience, and I'm pretty sure we're all like glad about that.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just overrated.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Later.